Well, I was busy checking in, and I had received my passport and my boarding pass, and then suddenly there was a noise of shooting, and then an incredibly loud bang, which I presume must have been the bomb that went off. And then I ran for shelter underneath one of the counters, and stayed there for about 10 minutes. And then we were told to get up, and we sort of were ushered very quickly to behind a room, and then we were taken downstairs for a couple of hours. But coming out 2 hours later, there was blood everywhere. One of the little rooms had been shattered, and it was horrible. It was just horrible. Chaos and blood and people running around and anxious and worried, and it was just horrible.
And Judy, thanks so much for talking with us. There are reports that Turkish security officials tried to shoot some of the attackers. Did you witness any of that?
No, I'm afraid not, because I ran for shelter under a counter, so I didn't actually see the shooting. I only heard it.
You only heard it. And then how many explosions did you hear, Judy?
I heard about 6 shots, and then a very loud bang. And then I saw there was a little room near where I was, and something, it seems like a bomb that went off in that little section as well. And then there was more shooting, probably about another 8 to 10 shots. It might have been more than that. Yeah.
And Judy, so after the explosions, you said that did you go back into the area where the bombers had detonated those explosives?
Well, when we were ushered out, after 2.5 hours of having been kept in a cafeteria in the basement, then we went through that area.
And Judy, describe the people that you were huddled down with there for those 2 hours. What was that like? Describe what the other travelers, other passengers...
There were a couple of people who had really bad panic attacks and were literally convulsing. They were so anxious. There was a young woman who was with us who had been shot. And wasn't bleeding too badly, but was bleeding, and she'd been shot on her head. And then another woman I think she must have had a heart attack, again from anxiety. And then there was another man who had been shot, and there was blood all over his body.
And Judy,
amongst the people in the room, I think just anxious because we weren't really getting information on what was going on upstairs. We had no idea what was going on, so you didn't know whether more was going to happen, whether there were going to be more bombs, and whether the room that you were in was going to be blown up. So most people were anxious.
Can only imagine, Judy, and we thank you so much for talking with us. I'm assuming that you've spoken to your family. They know that you're safe. They know that you're okay.
They do. I haven't managed to get hold of my daughter because she's away, but yes, they know I'm safe. Thank you.
Well, we are so happy that you're safe. Please travel safely. Are you heading to the UK? Is that where you were on your way to?
No, not to the UK. I'm going home. I'm going back to South Africa, but we have no idea what's happening, and we have no idea when we're going to be able to leave.
Okay. All right. Judy Favish, thank you very much for joining us. You actually witnessed the attacks at the Ataturk airport in Istanbul. Thank you so much. We're so happy you're safe and sound.
Thank you. Bye.